Welcome to New Investor. If you found your way here, it's probably because you've realized that money doesn't work like it used to. Maybe you've heard whispers of cryptocurrencies, stocks, and assets that promise to turn everything upside down. But before we plunge into these exciting topics, there's a crucial question we need to explore. How did we get here? In this first video, we're going to take a journey through time, back to the very roots of money. We'll discover how money has been the cornerstone of society's progress, evolving from barter to digital currencies. And here's the kicker. Today, more than ever, we all need to become investors, even if it's just a little. Why? Because the future is knocking, and only those who understand the past will seize the opportunities ahead. So buckle up. This is just the beginning. The origin and function of money. Let's dive in. Money is something we all use without giving much thought. It's there in our wallets, in the digits on our banking app, and reflected in every price tag. But have you ever stopped to wonder, what is money really? We instinctively know a $100 bill has value. But why? If someone put you on the spot and asked for an explanation, chances are you'd just shrug. The truth is, money wasn't always part of human life. Once upon a time, it didn't exist. And its absence made even the simplest transactions a nightmare. Picture this. You're a carpenter in a society without money. You need food. The catch? You've got to find a farmer willing to trade grains for your handcrafted table. But what if that farmer doesn't need a table? What if he already has enough furniture for a lifetime? Now you're stuck. You'll have to wander around, hunting for someone who needs your product and has exactly what the farmer wants. Sounds exhausting, right? That's bartering. It was chaotic and inefficient, making economic growth almost impossible. People needed a better system. Enter the concept of money, not the brainchild of one genius, but a natural evolution shaped by necessity. Early money, salt, shells, and livestock. Civilizations experimented with all sorts of items to simplify trade. In some places, salt became a form of currency. In fact, the word salary comes from the Roman tradition of paying soldiers in salt, a commodity so valuable it was called white gold. Other societies used seashells, livestock, or precious metals as money. Each had its problems. Livestock was cumbersome and hard to transport. Salt could spoil. Seashells were easy to counterfeit. Eventually, humanity found a more reliable solution: gold and silver. These metals had all the right traits. They were rare, durable, divisible, and hard to fake. Around 600 BC, the ancient kingdom of Lydia, in what's now Turkey, minted the first standardized coins. Suddenly, people no longer needed to lug around sacks of salt or haggle endlessly. They had something universal: coins. Gold and silver, the money of kings. For centuries, gold and silver ruled the world of finance. They symbolized wealth and power. Ancient Rome's economy, for example, was built on gold coins. But even this seemingly solid system had its cracks. Greedy rulers couldn't resist the temptation to spend more than they had. To fund wars and extravagant projects, Roman emperors started debasing their coins, mixing gold with cheaper metals. People weren't fooled for long. The coins looked different, felt lighter, and most importantly, bought less. Inflation was born. And history would repeat this cycle many times over. Whenever governments gained control over the money supply, they couldn't resist inflating it. Yet despite these issues, gold remained the backbone of global finance for centuries. Its scarcity and durability made it a trusted store of value. But as trade expanded, transporting large quantities of gold became impractical and risky. The birth of paper money. This logistical problem led to a groundbreaking innovation. Instead of carrying physical gold, people began depositing it with goldsmiths and bankers. In return, they received deposit receipts, essentially IOUs that proved how much gold was stored. At first, these receipts were just proof of deposit. But over time, something remarkable happened. People started using the receipts as money. If a banker had a good reputation, their receipts were accepted as if they were gold. This shift set the stage for a revolutionary idea. Banks noticed that most depositors didn't withdraw their gold all at once. This gave them a sneaky but powerful opportunity: fractional banking, which would change the course of monetary history forever. They began issuing more banknotes than they actually had in gold, lending money that didn't really exist. This was the first step toward the modern banking system, where money was no longer directly backed by a physical amount of gold, but was instead created through credit. In the 19th century, most countries adopted the gold standard, a system in which each bill represented a fixed amount of gold. Anyone could go to a bank and exchange their money for precious metal at any time. This system provided stability because governments couldn't print unlimited money. They could only print as much as their gold reserves allowed. For decades, the gold standard worked well, laying a strong foundation for trade and investment. But stability came at a price. Governments couldn't expand the money supply based on their needs during times of crisis or war. When they needed to spend more than they had, the gold standard became a major obstacle. The great wars of the 20th century put this system to the test. To finance their armies, countries began printing more money than they actually had in gold reserves, eroding confidence in the system. After World War II, a new economic agreement known as the Bretton Woods Agreement was established. The US dollar became the world's reserve currency, backed by gold. In theory, any country holding dollars could exchange them for gold at a fixed rate. But cracks soon appeared. As the United States increased its spending on wars and government programs, its gold reserves could no longer cover all the dollars in circulation. Countries around the world began to doubt whether the U.S. could truly honor its promise to convert dollars into gold. Finally, in 1971, President Richard Nixon made a decision that would forever change the global economy. He announced that the United States would no longer allow the conversion of dollars into gold. The gold-backed system was over. From that moment on, money became what we now know as fiat money, bills with no intrinsic value, worth only because the government says so. Nixon's decision ushered in a new era in the history of money. There were no longer any limits to money creation. Governments and central banks could print as much as they wanted without needing to back it with any tangible asset. But what does it really mean to live in a world where money has no backing? What are the consequences of a system where central banks have the power to create money out of thin air? Attention, new investor. In the next video, we'll dive deep into the modern financial system and unveil the shocking implications of fiat money. But first, here's a question to blow your mind. Did you know that the money we use doesn't really exist? Do you think your money is safe in a bank vault? Let me give you a hint. It's not. Today, money is practically an illusion, a construct built on debt. If you want to understand how this giant financial game works, you can't miss the next episode. So, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. See you in the next video. Don't miss it.